And then when did you decide that maybe you wanted to be more like the singing style that you have now, music-wise, and within the music now? Because at talent shows, I just think you do just songs by other people and classic songs, classic pop songs. But when did you find your own singing voice?
I think, it's a natural thing that when you get older and you get experience and do a lot of different stuff, I think you find your own way. I've always been singing my own way, even if I have listened and sang to others. I've never copiated like a copycat anyone. Of course you listen and sing to Celine Dion and the stuff because you need to hear and practice, but I have never hey, I want to sound like Celine, or opposite, I must say. I've always been that if someone says, hey, you sound like blah, 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 I've been like, no, I sound like me. So I don't think I've ever copied. And I think the voice that I have is an involvement of everything in life, singing all these different things and getting older and trying a lot of stuff.
And what did you learn then in your previous band, Edison Avenue? Are there certain elements that you can say, well, I learned that from that time frame? I think you've been in that band for 7 or 8 years, I think?
Oh, longer, 89.
89, okay, yeah. Sure.
And I've been in other bands too, so that's what I mean. I've done so many things. Not just like one band, one music, one style. I think that is actually the thing that I have learned most of. Not to be just into one genre or one thing. I've been singing so many different styles and actually listen to all the music there is mainly, I never say I don't want to listen to jazz, because there can always be some jazz elements. So in Allison, I think I've learned, more friendship in a band, We were very young when we started, and the whole team spirit, how good it can be in a band when it's in its best. And that's what has kept us together, even when we have had terrible fights and split up and got together and split up. We have kicked out guitar players. I mean, this is things that happens in most bands, and that is something you learn from. So I think I've learned that, if you have a good spirit in the band, even if not everyone likes what they're doing, I mean, musically wise, you can enjoy playing together.
And was it hard then to leave the band?
No, I think, I had left Allison long before Nightwish. This is like a natural involvement because, all this time I've always wanted something more than the guys. Okay. I am the only one that has strived for hey, let's send to record labels, hey, let's tour. And they've been more like, nah, we're satisfied, sitting here in the rehearsal room. And yeah, that was fine by me too, but I think, we all felt that we wanted different things. And I mean, the band isn't there, but they have a new band and they continue in the hobby basis. But I really wanted to work with my singing. So I mean, Allison after the second album, we felt that it wasn't the same spirit, it wasn't the same thing. We changed. I got to be a mom. A lot of things changed with me too. So,
what was the spirit that you encountered in Nightwish? What sort of spirit did the band have?
When I got into it, you mean?
Because you were saying, well, in Allison you learned that friendship and spirit was very important. Now you can compare the two. What was the difference? Or well, maybe the same, I don't know.
I think the same things are there, and that's why I like it. Of course, Nightwish is a big band with lots of success, and money is involved, lot more than we had in Allison, since it was more on a hobby basis. And as long as there is money involved in business, there is always bigger things and bigger issues. But at the same time, I really feel that these guys are friends, and I feel that they are my friends already too. So that was one of the main things when I met the guys the first time that made me feel that, okay, I really want to be in this band. Because before that, you didn't know.